Hey, so I wanted to do a quick video just talking about community and how important it is to be plugged into some kind of social structure. So, as an example, a couple years ago, a gentleman from my church, I was at Panera, and I had known this guy for a while. We talked and kind of shot the breeze for whenever we'd see each other around the church. But I saw him in Panera one day, and he invited me to come to the men's coffee group a couple days a week. And so I started going and started meeting all these different guys that started kind of rotating through. It wasn't always the same guys, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent. And what started out as kind of a BS session, because that's, just it's essentially kind of what it is sometimes, turned into me really seeing the value of spending time with other men. And if you're, of course, like if you're a woman, like spending time with other women is extremely important. But by spending time with other men, I started to really see, just hearing their stories. There's a different bunch of a huge different age range of people. So like I'm 41. I guess I'm one of the younger ones. And it goes, there's guys retirement age all the way up to 80 something years old, and it's just hearing about their life experience, learning, listening to some of the wisdom that gets passed around, even if unintentionally. There's hilarious moments where people kind of just dog on each other and give each other a hard time, but all in all, it's challenged me to want to really think about a lot of things. And the subjects are vast and across the board. It's just, I really appreciate and value the relationships that I've made. Now, some of these are more acquaintance style. Others have become something more meaningful, to the point where a couple of these guys really helped me. They helped me move. When I was going through a tough time. Others, have checked up on me via text message or called me, or even just shot me a text to be like, hey, did you see late at night, hey, did you see the aurora borealis that was happening? Because I live in a northern state. But just having these guys present in my life, and just not just that, but just the leaderships too of them in my life. Guys that have pushed me to do more, guys that have encouraged me, guys that have given me good advice when I wasn't sure what to do, and things like that. Now, I know a lot of people aren't plugged in, and so especially in the age of social media, where it's becoming just increasingly popular to kind of isolate. And I know there's a lot of people that say, I hate people, and I get it. People can be agitating sometimes. But when you find that right group of people, it's so valuable. It really changes your life. And yeah, I think the older generations, as I've talked to some of these older guys, the older generations really understood this, I think, a lot more than millennials and down. And maybe they didn't consciously process it this way, but I think that they really understood the value of friends. I'll never forget my grandpa telling me, friends are the most important people in your life, because these are the people, the true friends are the ones that are going to stick by you. He told me, you'll have family members that will flake on you. You will have family members that die and pass on. But if you can make a few good friends and keep them and foster those relationships, they'll be some of the most valuable people you ever have in your life. Not only for you, but you'll become valuable to them too. And that's the point. And I'll never forget him telling me that. And I thought that was really good advice at the time. This was a long time ago. I was a kid. But that really stuck with me. And so I just want to, I'm going to kind of wrap this up, but I just want to encourage people, if you're isolated right now, and I have been in the past, so I understand. I would really encourage you to try to find a social network or a social structure that you of people, actual physical people in the flesh that you can get plugged in with. Again, this doesn't have to come through a church. Mine did, but it could come through anything. Maybe some kind of extracurricular activity. It could come through the gym. Maybe people that you can camaraderie with there, or have some camaraderie there. But my point is try to find a group of people you can get plugged in with. It'll be one of the best decisions you ever make. And the reason it will be is because it will push you, it will challenge you, it will encourage you. There will be people around you when you feel down. You will be able to be there for people when they're down. And it really will brighten your life. It really will lift you up in ways that you can't imagine. So I hope that this has helped somebody. Thanks.